You know that feeling when there's a disconnect between the successful life you've built on the outside and how you actually feel on the inside? It's a really common struggle. Well, today, we're going to break down a coaching philosophy that's designed to bridge that exact gap. It's called Insight4Alignment, and it's all about connecting your sharpest strategies with your deepest truths. Okay, so this one sentence, it's literally the entire foundation, and it just completely flips the script on what we think of as personal development. So much of the self-help world kind of implies that we're a problem that needs to be solved, right? That we're just a set of weaknesses to be fixed. But this approach, it argues that everything you need is already inside you. It's just waiting to be found. And here's the thing. This discovery isn't about someone else handing you a map or telling you what to do. The whole goal is to be guided back to your own inner wisdom, learning to really trust that internal voice and reclaiming your personal power. It's so much less about an external correction and more of a journey of coming home to yourself. All right, so with that core philosophy in mind, let's dig into the why behind this whole method. What's the fundamental belief that really drives the entire Insight for Alignment approach? Well, it all comes down to this one really powerful word, alignment. It's simply defined as living in integrity with your deepest values. Just think of it as closing the gap between who you truly are and how you're showing up in the world. So your actions, your decisions, they finally feel like they're in harmony with your core truth. And when that happens, there's this incredible sense of ease and purpose. So now that we understand the why, let's take a look at the who. Who is the guide behind this work that's trying to blend these two huge worlds of soul and strategy? Meet Danielle Body. She's the founder of Insight4Alignment, and what makes her approach so unique is right there in her background. She's both an executive consultant and a master life coach. This dual expertise, it's really the engine that powers this entire philosophy. And this slide really illustrates that rare balance she brings. I mean, so many of us feel torn between two different worlds, right? On one side, you have the practical, logical world of strategic insight. We're talking systems, leadership, day-to-day execution. And on the other, there's that deep inner work of soul-centered empowerment, mindfulness, purpose, and real transformation. Danielle's work lives right at the intersection of these two, bridging the head and the heart. So this blend of soul and strategy isn't just some nice idea. It's an actual structured method. So how does it all work in practice? Well, the entire journey is built on 5 core pillars. This repeatable framework is the path. It all starts with insight, which is all about learning to tune out all that external noise so you can finally hear your own inner wisdom. From there, you learn how to establish boundaries. And these aren't about building walls. They're about creating the safety and clarity you need to thrive. That leads to courage, the conscious choice to be your authentic self, even when it's way easier to just seek approval. Next up is stewardship, which is the active practice of honoring and caring for your mind and body. And all of this leads to the final pillar, alignment, where you bring it all together to live in true integrity. So for anyone who goes on this journey, the process is designed to be both profound and practical. It's not just about thinking deep thoughts in a safe, supportive space. It's about getting tangible tools, customized challenges, real techniques for emotional regulation, and practical strategies that help you turn all that deep inner work into actual real-world change. So what does it look like to actually engage with this work? Well, there are 3 distinct paths you can take, and it really just depends on your specific needs. The work is really tailored. For individuals looking for that deep personal transformation, there's intensive one-on-one coaching. For the professional world, there's executive consulting, which applies these very same principles to help leaders and teams get their culture and strategy on the same page. And what I think is really interesting, there's also Insight for Kids, a program designed to build emotional intelligence and self-worth in young people, from age 4 all the way to 17. Of course, the real impact is always best described by the people who've actually been through the process. This client, for example, talks about finding their voice, which is such a central theme of this work. And right here, you can see a direct result of those pillars we were just talking about. This person found the courage to set boundaries, but in a way that felt compassionate, not combative. That's a huge deal. Wow, this one is so powerful because it's so simple. It just gets right to the heart of it all. It's not about growth just for the sake of growing. It's about a very specific kind of growth, the kind that brings you home to yourself. So to bring it all together, the entire journey, whether you're looking at it from a personal or a professional angle, It all starts from the exact same place. Ultimately, Insight for Alignment isn't presented as a demand or some kind of prescription you have to follow. It's really just an invitation, an opportunity to explore a different way of being, one where your inner world and your outer life are finally in sync. And so, this all leaves you with one final powerful question. After seeing the philosophy, the guide, and the method, the real takeaway is just to reflect on this for a second. What might aligned living actually look like for you?